Thank you, Jesus. We're going to continue going to our praise and worship. God just want to be magnified this afternoon. We say, I call it morning, whatever you want to call it. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. I thank God again for our guest coming out. I call him Pastor Thomas. He told me yesterday, he said, Pastor, I'm going to get there. He told me he having car problems, but it don't make no difference what we have. We just press our way. I'm reminded of a woman that had the flow of blood. For 12 long years, she had an infirmity in her body. I think about my wife with her condition of rheumatoid arthritis. My wife said, do you ever think about my condition? I said, I can't see you in your condition. I have to see you the way that God said you is, healed and whole and complete. We are healed, whole, and complete in him. I thank God because through all that, sometimes she can barely walk because the arthritis is so severe. But she gets up and she presses her way to the house of the Lord. And every time she get here, she forget about her condition because when you're in the presence of God, everything has to be still. Thank God for our pastor coming in. So pressing the way I tell you, I thank God. Again, I thank God for Pastor Thomas. He was determined to get here because every time I meet somebody, I can't even remember where I met you, brother. But I never stop calling you and ministering the word of God to you because of the love of God. Said, men are called, but few are chosen. God said, you didn't choose me, but I chose you. And the one God has set his seal on, he won't let me leave alone. That's why I never stop calling. That's why I never stop ministering to him. I don't care who come across my path. When God told me to show me they seal, the seal his mark on their forehead, I'm chasing out there like a deer panted full of water. Because God has much need of you. Thank God. But let us just continue to worship and magnify the Lord. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. His beautiful family. He got a beautiful family. I got some trees for y'all babies out the church. They stopped him and say, which way did the spirit go? They was trying to mock him. People still mocking him today. Because they don't want to say yes. But I'm telling you, night coming when ain't no man going to be able to work. I thank God because Deacon never know what I'm going to preach about, because I don't never know until I get up Sunday morning and before the break of day. See, I don't prepare sermons. I hear messages from the Lord. When I get in his presence, and I begin to cry to him. But what we don't forget about is the cross. That's why it's so hard for us to say yes. We don't forget about what really took place that day. Amen. The Bible said the S-U-N refused to sign that the S-O-N could shine. It said it was darkness over the face of the earth for 3 hours, y'all. I got to obey the Spirit of God. We obey the Spirit of God over here. God is trying to get the church to say yes. We say yes to so many things. But ain't none of us willing to say, yes, God, I'll give up some relationship. Yes, God, my soul said yes, Lord. I'll obey you, God. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll say what you want me to say. See, I don't got a lot of friends. See, because I speak what God said. Because, see, I'm his messenger. I'm his candlestick in this house. And I got to declare what God said. A lot of folks, they get mad at me. All I'm doing is telling you what God said. Now, it's up to you whether you want to obey it or not. See, I ain't got time to play. Ain't nobody blood finna be on my hand. Amen. And people don't forget the power of that blood. I got to bring this picture with me. We're going to get into the word and everything. That wasn't even part of the program. See, God don't deal with program. The Bible said, as Deacon said earlier, them that are sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. That's what I'm led by, Spirit. And God said they don't forget about his son Jesus. But I'm going to tell you something. When I say night coming, that means somebody going to pay for that blood. Because that blood was shed in vain. And say as he was nailed up on that old rugged cross, after they had placed thorn on a crown of thorn on his head, and after they had plucked his beard, after they had beat him with the cat of nine tails, that's what a whole bunch of glass rocks and everything in it, y'all. Every time they hit him, I can imagine that chunks of meat came out his back. See, they want to paint a pretty picture. I don't see none in here. It's a good thing because I don't worship images. But they want to paint a pretty picture of a man up on a cross with a little trickle of blood running down his head. The Bible says that Jesus was so mad, he was so disfigured that he could not even be recognized as a man.
Amen. Amen.
See, we don't want to, we forget about that. That's why we can't say yes.
Amen.
See, I want to help you know why you need to say yes. And say that when they nailed him to that cross, the Bible said that he never said a mumbling word. We get around here, we get to mumbling against God, mumbling against the people of God, and we don't know that we're bringing judgment on ourselves.
Amen.
It said that he never said a mumbling word. The only word that Jesus said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do.
Amen.
And all that agony and all that pain, he never said a mumbling word because he had us on his mind.
Amen.
And we can't say yes.
Glory to God.
We can't simply say, yes, God, I'll obey you. Yes, God, I'll do what you want me to do. Yes, God, I'll give up some relationship. Yes, God, I'll give up some family members if I got to give them up. But my anthem will be yes.
Amen.
Yes, Lord, yes. Yes, Lord. Maybe you need to get a picture of Jesus in your mind. Whatever it takes for you to just say yes. He said, the day that you hear his voice, harden not your heart. So many people are hardening their heart to the things of God. They're hardening their heart to God's redemption plan for mankind. There's nothing but one way, and that's Jesus. We got to come in at the door.
Amen.
And Jesus said, all that desire to live godly in Christ Jesus will suffer. So if I got to suffer not being your friend, that's fine. If I got to suffer being your enemy, that's fine. Because I said yes to the Lord. And I didn't just say yes, I meant what I said. Because God gave me another opportunity. Many of you know my testimony how I died in 1987 from an overdose of embalming fluid. Many of you know I don't even supposed to have a sound mind, all the drugs I did. But I thank God I said yes. That blood that ran down that old rugged cross.
Yes, God.
That same blood that ran into the ground and caused the dead folks to get up and walk the streets of Jerusalem.
Yes.
That same quickening blood cleansed me up and made me a new creature. That's why I'm running for Jesus. And I ain't tired yet. We're going to get on into the rest of the ceremony. We're going to let Deacon go on the finish because I love the Lord, y'all. And I want y'all to know him like I know him. I want y'all to experience the benefits of the blessing that he's pouring on my life. Because see, God ain't a respected person. What he do for one of his children, he'll do for them all.
Amen.
Go ahead, D.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. The Lord do. He just keep on loving us, church. But God is saying that it's really time out. It's time to be about our Father's business. That's what the word was last week. And he said, don't be dismayed, you heard it in the song this morning, because of their looks. Just say yes. See, because God told me last week, don't worry about them. You got to say yes to me. Don't worry, because I'm going to give your face like flip. I'm going to give your face so hard that they can't look up on you. And I thank God because he loves us so. But God has an order and instruction that he has laid down since the beginning of time, which is his word. And people are saying this and that, but I'm going to tell you something. God is a God that's very specific. See, we can't change the order or the format that God has handed down for the people to follow, which is his commandments. Whenever he told Noah to build an ark.
Yes.
He was specific on the instructions that he gave him for building an ark. It had to be built, but that was a mighty big boat. We got a lot of ships on the ocean today, but I don't think it was a boat bigger than this, because the Bible said that this boat, out of all of that generation, only 8 souls were saved. 8. 8 souls, 8 living human beings were saved, but thousands of animals was in the boat. Man wouldn't even find fit to be in God's presence no more. The Bible said in the 6th chapter that God ever became so grieved that he made man in his image and in his likeness. That he sent a flood, but there was a man by the name of Noah that found grace in God's sight. That's God's unconditional love. We're still here because we don't find grace in his sight. But God is telling us time out. He said, the day that you hear his voice, harden not your heart. See, we're going to get into the word, but I've asked my wife to come and read. She stands on these scriptures. This is something that I want to lay a foundation for you before the word comes. See, it's very important that we always get a foundation. The Bible says that the foundation of the Lord standeth sure. He knows those that are his. He knows us. He called us out from the ends of the earth and called us back to him. Pastor said it ain't about the pastor, it ain't about me. It's about the one that I represent, which is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And you ain't got to hear nothing that I tell you, but you better hear everything that he's telling you. So I want to ask my wife to come up and read these scriptures before we have one last song and then we get into the word. I want y'all to pay very close attention to this word that she's about to read. It's very, very important that you hear it.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
I was asked to read this chapter. I know it comes from the Lord, and I'm a type of person, I will obey. I'm reading from Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28. The first part is promise of blessing for obedience. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently into the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee of this day. And the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all of these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be in the fruit of the body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of the cattle, increase of the kin, and the flocks of the sheep. Blessed shall be the basket in the store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comes in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goes out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee on one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in the storehouses, and all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God give thee. The Lord shall establish thee in holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee. If thou shalt keep the commandment of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways. And all people on earth shall see thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, and the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy cows, and the fruit of thy ground, and the land which the Lord swears unto thy father to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, to the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in its season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearkenest unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I commanded thee at this day to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I commanded thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, and go after other gods to serve them. The second part, promise of curses for obedience. For disobedience, But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and to observe to all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curses shall thou be in the city, and curses shall thou be in the field. Curses shall be in the baskets and in the store. Curses shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, and increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep. Curses shall thou be when thou comes in, and curses shall thou be when thou goes out. The Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexations, and rebuke, and all of thou settest thine hand unto to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of thy wickedness of doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make the battalions cleave unto thee, until we have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever, and with inflammation, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, with blasting, and with mildew that shall pursue thee until thou perish. And they shall hearken that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of the land power and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed until all the kingdoms of the earth. And thy carcasses shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. The Lord shall smite thee with the bout of Egypt, and with the emerods with the scrap, and with the itch there cannot be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with the madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, at the blind grope in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save them. Thou shalt betroth a wife, another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell in it. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Things shall be slain before thy eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. The son and daughter shall be given to one another people, and thy eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. The fruit of the land and all of their labors shall a nation thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and the legs with a sore bout that cannot be healed, from the sole of their foot into the top of their head. The Lord shall bring thee in the kings which thou shalt be set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy father have known. and there shall not serve out other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a pervert, and a byword among all nations, whither thou, Lord, shalt believe them. Thou shalt carry much seed out in the field, and shalt gather all litter in, for the locusts shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for worms shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all the coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with oil, for thine olive oil shall cast its fruit. Thou shalt beg sons of daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall be locusts consumed. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above the very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not only the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandment and statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, for wonders, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness, with the gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, in nakedness and want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flee, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce contentious, which shall not regard of persons the old, nor show favors to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cows and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also not leave there either corn, wine, or oil, or an increase of thy kin, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee for all thy gates, until thy high fenced walls come down, wherein thou trusted throughout all the land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates through all other lands in which the Lord thy God has given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God has given thee, and the siege in thy straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he had nothing left in his sedge and straitness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate women among you, which were not adventurous to set the sole of their foot upon the ground, with delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of the bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward the young one that comes out from between her feet, and toward her children which shall bear her. For she eat them for want of all things, secretly, and said, straightness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. If thou wilt not observe to all the words of the law are written in the book, then thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God. Then the Lord will make thy pledge and wonderful, and pledges of the seed, even great pledges, and of the long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and thou shalt not cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of his law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas you were as the stars of heaven, a multitude, because of thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. And it should come to pass that if the Lord rejoice over you, to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you your naught. And ye shall be plucked from the land whither thou goest to possess it. And the Lord shall scatter thee among the people, the one end of the earth, even unto the others. And where thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known, even wood and stone. And among the nations there shall find no ease, neither shall be soul thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, and falling of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, with God it was even, and it even thou shalt say, with God it was morning, for the fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and thou shalt be sold unto your enemies for bondman, bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. May God bless the words, hearers, and doers of His word.
Amen. Praise God.
Praise the Lord. I had to read that scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 28. I advise you to go back and study Deuteronomy 28, 30, and 31. Because I'm going to tell you something. God let us know. As we look at the church today, we're few in number. Because so many have chosen to not to hearken unto the voice of the Lord. He said if you would hearken unto his voice and obey his commandments and his statutes, he said if you do his will that you was going to be blessed. But he set an ultimatum before you. He always set an ultimatum before man. When he first created man in the garden, he made man in his own image, in his own likeness. Then he put man over everything that he had created. Man named every creature. And then he seen that every creature had something that was compatible to him, but man was all alone. Why would I tell you how much God loves us? The Bible says him that find a right, find a good thing, and obtain favor from the Lord. But see, in order to get his favor, you're going to still have to hearken unto his voice. So many folks are seeking after so many things, but ain't nobody seeking after the Lord. And he told Adam, he said, Adam, after he seen that man was all alone, he had compassion for us. So he put us in a deep sleep. I tell folks this, we use anesthesia when we go into operating room now. See, my daughter just went under anesthesia because she had to have a surgery, a back surgery. A 13-year-old baby, but God preserved it because he had a purpose and a plan for her life. And God didn't have no anesthesia because God created man. God said, sleep. And man was in a deep sleep. He performed the first orthopedic surgery. And he didn't have no knife, no scope. He took his finger and opened up man's side. And he could have took 5 or 6 reels, but do you notice he only took 1 reel? I wonder why 1. Because he didn't mean for us to have many. And we're going to have 2, 3, 4 wires today. Then he made woman. And when he created woman, he brought her to man. And he gave her to man. And he told him, he gave her 1 commandment. He just gave one. He said, Adam, I don't place you over my inheritance. I don't gave you a wife. Now all you have to do is eat the good of the land. You didn't even have to work for it. You didn't have to do nothing. All you had to do was just take the fruit and eat it. He said, what the tree that's in the midst of the garden, he put an ultimatum. An ultimatum is a choice that's given to us to choose. He said, whatever tree in the garden, you shouldn't eat. He said, because the day that you eat it, you're going to surely die. But we get so caught up sometimes, we allow other folks to cause us to deviate from the laws and the commandments of God. Cause us to not hearken unto the voice of the Lord. That's why that song said we got to give up some things, y'all. Hey, it's going to cost you something. It ain't going to cost you your life. It cost him something. And God has always been dealing with us about obedience. See, we want our children to obey us, but we don't want to obey him. It don't work like that. When we obey him, then they're going to obey us. Many men want the wife to be subject to them, but they ain't subject to God. It ain't going to work, because we can't take it out of text. He let us know that he set something before us. He said, if you were diligently, attentively, hearken unto what I'm telling you. Brother Thomas, he hearkened unto what God was telling him. And he got up and he did something about it. And because he did, God met him right where he was. With us hearkening unto what God said. As a matter of fact, we all hearkening unto what God said today when we woke up. Because he told us to get on down there to his house and serve him. Many want to go where there's a vast number, a great quantity of people, But I'd rather be with 3 righteous than with 1,000 unrighteous.
Amen.
Mine of Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, Abraham was another one that had favor with God. He had so much favor with God, God told him this man was 100 years old. We look at the world system. Oh, I'm beyond childbirth. We even go try to get it fixed when we can't bring no more children. He's a mighty God. God take the impossible and bring about the miraculous.
Amen.
See, I ain't looking at what man say. I'm hearkening unto the voice of the Lord. If it's in that word, I believe it.
Amen.
I don't care what nobody else doing. Whatever he said what he meant, and he meant what he said.
Yes.
When I was incarcerated, I thank God for Pastor Sherry's testimony, because she had never shared that testimony with me about how her brother died. See, I told y'all earlier I died. I went to them pearly gates. I shook them. And I heard that mighty voice say, I'm not ready for you yet. I need you to go back. Because God had all y'all on his mind.
Amen.
And everybody I come across their path, God had them on his mind. And he told Abraham was free of God. God told Abraham, he said, man, that Sodom and Gomorrah is a wicked city. Just like he told Noah. See, God warned his people what he's about to do. I told y'all, night is coming when ain't no man gonna be able to work. That's why God is requiring a simple yes. And he told Abraham, that old Sodom and Gomorrah, them folk down there just don't got too wicked. And guess what? They sin don't rest my nostrils stinking before me. See, sin stink before God. I want to let you know.
Amen. Amen.
And once it rests his nostrils, guess what? He's going to get up and do something about it. He said, Abraham, I'm going to go down there and destroy that old city, Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, Abraham, we always think about our kin folks. See, Abraham know he had his old nephew down there by the name of Lot in his family. So Abraham began to intercede for the people. He said, God, if you be 50 righteous, there will you not destroy He said the 50 righteous there ain't going to destroy. Then Abraham knew that that city was wicked because he went all the way down to 10 people. He said, if I find 10 now, I won't destroy. There wasn't even 10 people in that city that was righteous.
Amen.
Remember in the first destruction, only 8 souls were saved. And there wasn't even 10 after this. That's why God is saying, will you say yes?
Amen.
Because time is winding up. And it's about to come to a close. And there's so many that God has chosen for us to minister to be a witness to, that they can have a chance to receive Jesus as their personal Lord and Savior. God have always set an ultimatum for the people. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the ultimatum in a minute. But before I get into the word, I'd like to get people's heart receptive. See, that was a foundational scripture. See, he said, if you hearken, these blessings going to follow you.
Amen.
God took me from prison after doing 13 years. See, when you disobey God, he'll allow you to be carried away captive to a foreign land. I'm down here. I heard a preacher once say, Mama, I don't know what it said. It's midway. It's got to be on the map. See, you're raised back in the woods where they can't find you. But by that time, I don't say yes. It took a long time for me to say yes. But I still had to suffer from my disobedience. See, it don't make no difference that we finally say yes. We still gonna have to pay for the wrong that we don't did. And went to captivity for 13 years. But by that time, I don't say yes. I remember the first sermon I ever preached because it was about my life. I told them, sin will carry you further than you want to go.
Yes, Lord.
Keep you longer than you want to stay.
Yes, God.
It is going to cost you far more than you're willing to pay.
Yes, it will.
And if we can call on King David up to testify today, he'll say, yeah, man, amen, amen, amen. Second sermon I ever preached. And I did this in prison, in captivity. God will give you favor once you say yes. I don't care what yet.
Amen. Yes, God.
They had to give me a building in prison. I was pastoring inmates just like myself. Because I said yes.
Amen.
Had volunteer chaplains coming in and submitting unto me. They weren't submitting to me, they were submitting to the Christ that sent me. One used to come from this Baptist church down there in Huntsville. I'll never forget his name, Mike Cato. He was a volunteer chaplain. He went to First Southern Baptist of Huntsville. Never forget him, a beautiful man of God. Him and his wife, they owned their own cereal store. As a matter of fact, I lost contact with him, but after being released, me and him still had fellowship. But he used to always come down there and say, you my pastor. I come down here to get revival and go over there and wake up them dead Baptists. He said they were dead over there, y'all. See, the church don't got dead, lukewarm, and everything else. And God just looking for somebody just to say yes.
Amen.
I remember when I first started this church, God told me that I'll be dealing with them that he have chosen, called out to be his representative. He told me to set up the church how he had established it. See, that's the problem. We don't mess the church up. Without thoughts, he said, if you hearken unto my voice, obey my commandments and my statutes. It's right here in the book.
Amen.
We can't add to or take it away. He said, him that add to it or take it away, he going to add these curses and plagues unto you.
That's right.
God loves us, but he ain't going to put over none of our mess.
Amen.
And we ain't going to change nothing that he don't sell it into heaven.
Amen.
So we might as well get with his program.
Amen.
Because if you don't, we just read, if you don't hear unto his voice, you're going to surely perish. I tell folks, repent or perish. need to repent and acknowledge your ways before the Lord and then be godly sorry and turn from them, or you can perish. Because if you don't hear to them, you're going to perish. You wonder why so many diseases is taking out so many folks. The Bible said the wrath of God is revealed against the sons of disobedience.
All day. Amen.
He said them that disobedient, all these plagues going to come up on them. It ain't that they're going to try to come up on them that's standing for Christ. Try to come up on my wife, but it can't stop us. When you sing an old song, you can't stop me, so you might as well join me. Devil don't brought legs up on me. I said, now Lord, I know I got faith. Now they talking about diabetes. God said, just take the medicine. I said, okay. He said, you know who your healer is. Just take the medicine. I said, yes, sir. See, ain't no foolish preaching. The medicine can't heal, it ain't gonna only treat the symptom. God is my healer.
Amen.
But God is just trying to get us to say yes. That's all I've been hearing this morning. But before I get in the word, we're gonna have one more song real quick, and then we're gonna get right into the word, because there's indeed a word from the Lord today that He wants His people to hear so they can obey. Get your mind on Jesus, because this wasn't one time of the service, which is the word of God. Every day I say, God, breathe through me. God, teach me how to go in and out amongst your people. As I got up this morning, as I do every Sunday, and I thank God because, see, God knows how to minister to us. We are the sheep of His pasture. And God always ministered His word unto His people. That's why He told us to, if we would diligently hearken unto His voice, if we would hear what He had to say, if we would obey His commandments, His statutes, His precepts, then He gonna cause us to be blessed. I tell Deacon all the time, I'm a billionaire preacher. You know why I'm a billionaire preacher? Because I got Jesus.
Amen.
And I got the keys to the kingdom.
Amen.
And I know how to go in there and open up the vote, y'all. And I don't want to open it up for me. I take other folks in with me, because I'm not selfish. I try to teach them how to be blessed of the Lord, because God want to reign on us just as well as reign in us.
Amen.
Which brings me to the topic of the message that God gave me as I sat in His presence this morning. And I was going to talk to Him, God, what do you want me to tell you people? God, you know I ain't got nothing for them. What do you want me to speak to your people? And I thank God that He's not only a God of revelation, but He's also a God of confirmation. The girls never know what I'm going to preach, because I don't even know. Deacon never know what I'm going to preach, but God, who is the head of the church, knows all things. And He knows all individually just as well as corporately. Deacon always get in tune with the same God that I get in tune with. That's why he come in here and play the music that line up with the word. The girls ain't talking to the Lord, because ain't no way they get these songs, I'm going to tell y'all. Either God just dropping it in their spirit, or they talking to Him. See, because God wants His people to hearken unto His voice. He wants us to hearken attentively unto what He's saying in this time, this hour. Because I told y'all, night is coming when ain't no man going to be able to work. And if we don't say yes now, we're going to miss out on the greatest opportunity of our life. God said, you go down there and you tell my people they're going to have to make a conscious decision on what they're going to do. Because I'm tired of them coming up in my house, giving me all this lip service like they going to obey. And they know in their heart they ain't even ready to obey me. See, one thing about me, I ain't gonna play. Either I'm gonna obey and hearken unto His voice, or I'm gonna get out this church, because I know He don't play. And I ain't got time to be playing with nobody's soul. He said, you go down there and you warn my people that they have to make a choice, a conscious decision on whom they're gonna serve. He said, choose this day whom you are going to serve. In other words, whom you're going to hearken unto. Because there's many voices tossing out in this atmosphere. There's many deceiving spirits that don't went out from the throne of God. There's many folks saying many things. But I hearken unto the voice of the Lord. See, God gonna confirm what he's saying with his word. If you have your Bible, we still in Deuteronomy. I want to go to Deuteronomy. I want to reiterate because it's very important that we hearken and hear what the Lord is saying. He said that you're going to have to make a conscious decision. You're going to have to choose this day whom you're going to serve. We heard in the song, the day you hear his voice, hearken not your heart. People got calluses on their heart like they do on their toes. Their heart have become so hard before God. God speak, they reject. God instruct, they don't follow. But yet they want the benefits and the blessing of the Lord. How you expect God to bless? God don't bless mess. God bless those that obey his words. Those that hearken unto his voice. They're the ones he blessed. And he said that we will be the head and not the tail. The lender and not the borrower. So many folks run into the world to get money. We are children of the Most High God. And he said if we hearkening unto his voice, we obeying his statutes and his commandments, he said he's going to cause his blessing to overtake us. I was ministering to a sister yesterday, and I was telling her, we have to make a conscious decision on whether we're going to obey God or whether we're going to obey our own flesh. And I was explaining to her, I don't preach nothing but the word of God. And I was teaching her about tithing and offering. See, God don't need our pennies. Let me tell you about it. God trying to give you a chance. He's giving you an ultimatum that you can be blessed. It ain't for the pastor. You ain't bringing nothing for me. I live by faith, not by sight. I have faith in this same God that I preach about. And I was telling her, I heard somebody once say, I can't afford to pay my tithes because I got my bills. But I'm going to tell you something. You can't afford not to pay your tithes. Because the Bible says if you don't, he said, I'm the Lord, I change not. In the closing of the Old Testament and the bringing in of the New. He said, if he changed, we'll all be consumed in hellfire. We'll all be burning right now today if the Lord changed.
Amen.
They say, why in how we rob thee, O God? He said, in your tithes and in your offering. He just wants 10 pennies off of every dollar he give you. You telling me the one that came, glad and died for you ain't worth 10 pennies? I'm telling you, folks wonder why they curse. Because they're not obeying, they're not hearkening unto the voice of the Lord. These are not my words. These are God's word to his people. And if we hearken diligently and apply them to our life, we're going to reap the benefits of it. And I was sharing with how God just has so much money coming through my hand. It ain't what we got coming in, it's what we're doing with what we got coming in. I said the first thing we have to do is take 10% of whatever God allowed to come into our hands. People think, I was explaining to them, people think it's just about what we go out and work for. No. Let me help you out here. Anything God blessed to come into your hand. So if God bless somebody to come and bless you, see back then they used the stuff of the earth. Because that's how they survived. They raised up their own corn and all that. But then we go out and we work for them. But if somebody come and put $1 in my hand, see, Deacon, I love that old boy because he getting it. Because that boy said, Pastor, I have forgot about the 20 you blessed me with. Well, I put that $2 in there because you don't want his money cursed. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't obey this book, you're going to be cursed. If you don't hearken to what God is saying, you're going to be cursed. So he's letting us know today, we need to choose who we're going to serve. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, at the 10th verse, I want to reiterate on what my wife said at the beginning of the scripture. Because he said if you would hear it. See, everybody hearing everything, but ain't nobody hearing the voice of the Lord. Oh, they hear it when it's beneficial for them. But if he tell you to give up some relationship, do you still hear? If he tell you to give up Jim Bob, do you hear? If he tell you to give up Sister Mary, do you hear? If he tell you to give up that alcohol bottle, do you hear? If he tell you to give up that crack pipe, do you hear? See, we can hear on everything. Told a woman not long ago, she's engaged to be married. Well, I use real life stories because we're dealing with a real life situation here. And she was always going to see her husband. He locked up too, but he'll preach. But see, the Bible said a letter kills, but the spirit make a lie. See, there's a bunch of that out here, but the spirit going to help you to live this book. And she would go down there and she'd be touching all on this man. I don't know what all they were doing down there, but I know every time she got in that line, I had to pray and war against some lust demons. And I just gave the instruction of the Lord. The Bible said it's not good for a man to touch a woman. Don't put your hand on her. Don't hold hands. Don't brush up against one another because you're going to generate something called lust. Then before you know it, you're going to be committing fornication or adultery. How did I get in this? Because you didn't hear me until the voice of the Lord. So I told that sister, she left the church after that. I say, sister, I understand you're engaged to be married, but that ain't your husband. And you can't be going out there and touching it. Because every time you come back and I have to pray over you, I'm going against these demons. I must tell you something, sister. First of all, y'all ain't doing nothing but generating lust. I said, let me tell you something. I've been in prison. I know you can get a woman and have sex down there. Just as well as you can get one out here. And I said, let me tell you something. The Bible says, how can a man take fire into his bosom and his clothes and not be burned? You play with fire, you're going to get burnt now. You play against his word, you're going to be burned. I don't understand. I say, what is it you don't understand? It's plain and simple. It's right there in the book. Oh, it's convenient for me to obey him when it's benefiting me. But as soon as I have to make a conscious decision, choose whether I'm going to obey or reject, then that's a problem. That sister left the church. But I seen her before she went out the door because the Lord let me see in the spirit. As a matter of fact, I called her. The week before she left, me and my wife sitting right over there and talked to her. I said, sister, I see you going. Because why? She don't want to die. In order to live, we're going to have to die to this old sinful flesh. We're going to have to die to our thinking, our ways, and hearken unto the voice of the Lord. But Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 10, it says, thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Is he your God? Because if he's your God, you're going to obey whatever he tells you to do. To keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in the book of the law. And if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. For this commandment which I command you this day is not hidden from thee, neither is it for all. It is not in heaven, that thou shalt say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we might hear it and do it. Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shalt say, who shall go over to the sea for us and bring it up unto us, that we might hear it and do it. But the word is very near unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mightest do it. So God is telling the church, we're going to have to make up in our mind. He said, my soul, your soul is your mind says yes, Lord. See, I ain't playing church. I'm over here always trying to give folks the word of God that's going to bring them out of their situation. Now, I ain't telling you to hearken unto me because I ain't got no word for you. But if you were diligent hearken unto what God is telling you. I heard Pastor Sherry said that all them years he was a bitter. He didn't want to hear nothing about God because we get ourselves in a predicament, then we want to get mad at God. We go out against his word, then he brings the judgment that's due us. The judgment really is there, but he has mercy on us. And we want to get mad at him. See, God said you got to make a choice today. It's time out for blame. The church has had to make a choice on whom they're going to serve. Let me tell you about an ultimatum. See, God set an ultimatum before the children. He's always set an ultimatum before us. He said if we obey these, it's going to be the consequences. If we disobey, this is going to be the consequences. An ultimatum. An ultimatum is a final statement of terms made by one party to another. A statement that expresses or implies the threat of serious penalties if the terms are not accepted. Ooh, that's pretty deep there. An ultimatum. I'm setting something before you today. I'm going to set life. She said, her brother said, I want to live. Do you want to live or do you want to die? Because if you reject Christ, if you reject God's commandments, you're going to die. You're going to die first spiritually, and then you're going to die naturally. That's a fact. But I want to tell you something. See, we want to treat God like he's a man. God is not a man.
Amen.
Numbers 23 and 19 say God is not a man that he should lie. Neither the son of man that he should repent. Had he said and shall he not do it? Amen. Or had he spoken and shall he not make it good? See, I want to tell you something about this God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God that said that he don't change. The God who told us that we diligently hearken unto his voice and obey his commandments, then these blessings going to be upon our life. Everybody going blessed. I tell you, God give you favor. We not only have favor with God, God give us favor with man. Tell some people not long ago, some other saints, they don't even go to this church. They ride around here like they what they call it? I want to say orphans or something. Adopted children. We are adopted into the royal family. But they keep getting cars that's breaking down and instead of spending their money. And I have to remind them of who they are. Pastor Sherry preached not long ago, the devil don't steal your identity. Like they got the identity theft now, the devil don't steal your identity. He don't want you to know who you are. But you can't live like you're supposed to live. But you can't represent him in word, deed, spirit, and truth. See, he's more afraid of you than you is of him. Tell you something, Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9 says, know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God. He alone is God. There's none beside him. There's none that can compare with him. Nor is there any like him. The faithful God, he's faithful. Even when we're faithless, God still remains faithful. Because he can't deny himself. Everything he uttered out of his mouth, he has to uphold. That's why I teach folks, obey God. See, God is obligated to honor his word. And them that walk by faith in his word. And I tell them people that I told them, I'm going to get y'all. Y'all ain't got to ride around in this stuff. We're going to get y'all a new car because y'all obeying God. See, sometimes our faith wavers. That's okay. God ain't never going to waver when it comes to his word. Talking about they still have some doubts. Some things rose up because they got a system that they have in the world that we got to live by. You know, they call it a credit system. But God is greater than the credit system. Ask me how I know. I'm sitting in a 2-story house because I know. I'm driving a brand new car because I know. If God is for you, he's more than the world against you. And ain't nothing that you have on this earth if you hear it unto God's voice that you can't have.
Amen.
I am a living testimony that God is real. My wife's credit was jacked up. They didn't want to give her a bank account. She had a savings account, but they didn't want to open up her bank account. But I tell you, when we hearken unto God's voice and obeyed him and started the church, all kind of doors start to come open. Well, before that, I wasn't trying to hear God trying to start a church. I ain't finna deal with these folks. These are rebellious people. God shut everything down. You hear me? When he shut the door, can't nobody open it.
Amen.
Play with him and mess with him. If you think I'm lying, couldn't get a job. I'm a truck driver. My wife kept telling me, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. No, God said, I'm the head. I got to take care of my family. I ain't no unbeliever. I know I believe his word. The day I said yes, when I told God I'll start the church, when I told God I'll obey you, God, I'll go where you want me to go. I'll say what you want me to say. Doors start opening up. Favor start to come forth and overtake me. Money start to just come to me. I don't chase after money I used to. Money just miraculously come to me. Why? Because I know to whom I belong. I know who my daddy is. And I know that he on 1,000 cattle on the hill and the earth and the bull and God. There ain't nothing that I desire if I'm walking in the car with his word that I can't have.
Amen. Glory to God.
Why couldn't he drive? I'm telling Sister Kimberly this testimony. Took out and put in a little red car, Toyota I had. God allowed me to pay off. To God be the glory. God said, pay that car off. My wife would sit there and hold it, stand with because she was in the car with me. She wouldn't put the car in the girl nothing. You hear me? Everyone put her hand in my hand. She always said, she said, you're a true prophet. They gotta listen to you. She talking about her family. She put her hand in my hand in trust, and she started to follow me. First place I took her to the church house. Get her delivered. We got to get her delivered because he said, don't be unequally yoked. How can two walk together less than an agreement?
Amen.
I don't need nobody that's going to doubt the word of God. She don't question. She said, baby, whatever the Lord tell you. Even the money we have that we give away all the time. She said, baby, that's why you're so blessed, because you always obeying the Lord. Who else is going to obey? I obeyed the devil for many years.
Amen.
Served him, he almost killed me.
Amen.
Took me before the judge. When the judge hit that scalp and said, 60 years, I looked up and the devil was gone. But guess who was still out? Jesus was.
Amen.
I was angry, just like her brother was. I was up there cussing. I had repented. I said, Lord, how you got these people give me 60 years? I was angry. No, that's a part of the punishment, son. The law is there for those that break the law.
Amen.
See, understand this. He said, what that means for your bad, I'm going to turn it out for your good. Oh, I'm talking to him, y'all. I said, Lord, how you going to turn this out for my good? I ain't going to never see daylight again. Then they took me on down there to go read. That's a transfer unit where they decide what unit they're going to send you to. Now, for those that know anything about the Building Institute, and I had been down several times, Ferguson unit was one of the worst units it was. Because that's where they were sending all these babies, and I do say babies, kids with all this time, they will never see daylight again. But God had me down there preaching to them babies, telling them Jesus is the answer and the solution. He allowed me to do it for 13 years, and then he brought me out. I tell folks the second sermon I preached was Jonah in the belly of the fish. Because I was in the belly of a fish, man. That fish was so deep. But they took me over there to go read, and they said, Ferguson unit. I said, now, Lord, you know I'm finna go down here and kill somebody. Because ain't nobody going to take nothing from Samuel Jones. Lord say, what they mean for your bad, I'm going to work it out for your good. God, how you, these youngsters over here, I'm going to go over and kill one of them. Walk through the back door. When I tell you, I understand why they say we look like apes. Because when I walk through the back door of Ferguson unit, from the smallest to the tallest, all of them look like little gorillas. Chest sticking way out here. They all like this. I say, Lord, what have you don't sent me to? He said, I got a plan for you. Didn't understand it. Then they come this big old cowboy by the name of Gerald South, Southern Baptist. God had told that man that they were sending his children down there, but he had a plan for them. He had chosen them before the foundation of the world. And that man had started a ministry class and taught us how to write out a 3-point plan sermon. And you was required to preach in this ministry class 3 times before you get up on the Sunday and preach at the unit. I preached one time because see something about black folks, they competitive. Oh, they can put on a good show. We should have took Hollywood on a long time ago. Let me tell you the truth about it. Because boy, they can't walk down the of it. My best friend I met in prison. And when I tell this boy I can preach, he can preach. But he didn't have the Holy Ghost. That is what makes the difference. But I say all that to say this. God did have a plan. I didn't understand it. God raised me right up down there in prison to be his messenger.
Amen.
He sent me back from heaven to be his messenger, but I was like Paul. I didn't submit to it right then. But boy, when I got down there, all I could say was, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. I'll obey you. I'll do what you tell me. So God is God, the faithful God, which keepeth the covenant and mercy with them that love him and keeping his commandments. His mercy and his covenant is with them that keep his commandments.
Amen.
To 1,000 generations. The Bible said one day with the Lord, 1,000 years is as one day, and one day is 1,000 years. He keeps his covenant. God don't break his end of the bargain. His end of the terms that he has set before us, which is called an ultimatum. And that's why God is telling the church we're going to have to make a conscious decision on what we're going to serve.
Amen.
Because we can't tell a church from the world.
Amen.
The homosexual sin they know it. The lesbian sin they know it. The whoremonger sin they know it. The prostitute sin they know it. The wine you will say they know it. Yeah, because he in there. That's why the Bible says every man going to be without a spirit.
Amen.
Because his word is in our heart.
Yes, Lord.
We know that he exists. We're the very present. He says his invisible attributes are clearly seen. You want to see his attributes? Go get up and look in the mirror.
Amen. Yes, Lord.
You see him clear as day. But God is saying we got to choose who we're going to serve. God has always, do you hear me? Always set options before man, giving them a free will to make the choice. He said something before us, an option. He said, if you hearken to my voice and diligently hearken, attentively. Because you see, if you don't hear it attentively, you can't apply it. I tell people, I'm an application preacher. See, you got to take what you hear and apply it in order to get the benefits.
Amen.
They tell you, if you go down there to that job, they tell you, we need you to do this and that, and we're going to pay you at the end of the week. You'll have no problem carrying it out.
Amen.
God tell us to obey his statutes and commandments. We act like they grievous to us. Oh, it's too hard. I can't get that up. I can't get this up. You're going to give it up or you're going to die. It's simple. But let's go to the 19th verse. No, let's start at the 18th verse. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, it said, I denounce unto you this day that ye no, let's go to the 19th verse. God is saying we got to make a conscious decision on what we're going to choose. Is it going to be blessing and curses? Is it going to be life and death? You make the choice. People say, if he's so loving, why is he sending us to hell? He ain't sending nobody to hell.
Amen.
You choosing where you want to go.
Amen.
Everybody choose their own destination. How do we do that, Pastor? Well, he said, if you diligently hearken unto his voice, you're going to have long life. But if you don't, you're going to perish. It's simple.
Amen.
The ultimatum that's set before you. Goes on to say in the 19th verse, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. God said, I call heaven and earth this day. God is saying, in the day that you hear his voice, harden not your heart. He's telling the church, you got to make up in your mind who you're going to serve. You got to make a conscious decision now. You can't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow ain't promised to none of us.
Amen.
While the blood is running warm in your veins right now, you have to make a decision. Is it going to be God or the world? Goes on to say, I call heaven against you, record against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. God said, I'm setting something before you today. I'm giving you an ultimatum. I'm giving you a chance to change your mind about how you've been walking before me. I'm giving you a second chance, so to speak. He gave me a second chance. That's why I'm crazy for him, y'all. I did everything the devil wanted me to do. Did all kind of drugs. Stuck needles in my home, crack pipes in my mouth. Huh? Heard one man say, I smoked up China and shot up Peru. That's what all came from, if you really want to know.
Amen.
That's where it came from. Way over yonder. Goes on to say, I set life and death before you, blessing and curses. And then I'm giving you a chance to make a choice on what you want in life. People say they want so much in life. People are chasing after many things, but ain't nobody chasing after Christ. But I'm telling you, if you hearken unto his voice, obey his commandments and his statutes, I promise you're going to be blessed beyond measure. And he said, therefore choose life. Why is it that it's so important for us to choose life? Because God has given us something in his life. I was bound, incarcerated, didn't even have no children, but I've always loved children. Always little babies just run to me. I've always loved children. In prison, I just went through a divorce, or was going through a divorce. God told me, I'll never get this Spanish guy named Zuniga. He used to always come and sit at my feet. Pastor, no way. I never told nobody I was going through a divorce. But this man was full of the Spirit of God. He said, Pastor, don't worry, the Lord gonna bless you with a beautiful virgin wife. And then he told me to go read the book of Esther. That's what they studied on, digging in the sun. But I didn't never go read that book. I didn't diligently hearken unto his voice. Until Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, I was in there watching a movie about a violent cherish, a Christian movie. Then they had to take us in for camp. God said, pick up the book of Esther and read it. Picked up that Bible and started reading. And God began to show me about Esther, Mordecai and all them, and the Jews and how the devil wanted to destroy. See, the devil wanted to destroy you. But if God is for you, he's more than the world against you. You know why the devil ain't gonna destroy you already? Because God said you can go do that to him, but you can't touch his soul. You wonder why some people don't went on and we still here? Because God got a plan and a purpose for our life. He has much need of us. And I went in there and I picked up that book and I began to read it. And God began to speak to me. He said, I'm going to bless you with a child. And you're going to call her name Hadassah. That was Esther's Hebrew name, which means myrtle, which is my mom's name. By this time, but the material everywhere, snot everywhere. Because I hear you, Lord. I didn't say, God, how this going to be? Ain't even got a wife. I held on to the promise, which was the word of God, and it wasn't long before I was holding the promise. Now she's about to be 13 years old, born with the gift of prophecy. Thank God. He begged us to choose life. Why? He said that both thou and thy seed might live. He wants us to choose life that us and our seed might live. See, because when we refuse to choose life, shall I tell you, don't make me come out this pulpit. When we refuse to choose life, then our seeds be cut off. God is saying that he said he gave Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 30, 19. Moses gave the children. It wasn't Moses. Moses was just a messenger. But he gave them the same ultimatum that the Lord is presenting to you today. See, God don't change. His word is still the same. Ain't nothing changed. We can't change it. We can't try to take it and turn it around and make it be something that it's not. He said what he meant, and he meant what he said. He said, choose life. He pleaded with us to choose life. That not only we might live, but that our seed might live also. I thank God for pleading with me to choose life. Because I chose life, I now have two seeds. I always seen this vision of me raising daughters. I got a bunch of daughters in the spirit. But I thank God for my daughters. And I'm very protective of my natural daughters just as well as my spiritual daughters. I don't play. I'm David. I get that bow out, that sling shot, and I'm finna go to work. I see these devils when they coming out to these little old babies, God's babies, the lion trying to get the sheep. Oh, no. As Lee Destiny, do our pastor play. I don't play. I love God's people. And I've been charged by God to protect the sheep. That's why I come in here Sunday after Sunday trying to feed the sheep of God. He told me to feed the sheep of God, which he had made me overseer. But God is telling us we got to make a choice now today. Why we got to make a choice? Why is it so urgent? I told you night is coming when no man ain't going to be able to work. In John chapter 3, verse 14, it says, multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. There's so many people that's in the world that's in a multitude of decision. Some folks are deciding whether they're going to go get a car. Some folks are deciding whether they're going to go get a house. Some folks are deciding whether they're going to go down here to pay their loan. Everybody's in some type of valley of decision. But the valley of decision that I'm talking about is the one that people don't want to make a conscious decision on whether they're going to listen to the voice of God or not. The church is in a turmoil. I get in here and I see the church today and my heart cry. Because everybody's choosing everything except the Lord in his ways. But they want his benefits. Get out of here, devil. How you going to live for the devil and expect the Lord to pay you? It ain't going to happen.
Amen.
One of us, some people blessed and some ain't. Because some are hearing and obeying and some ain't. First Kings 18:21, we just preached it last week. He said, and Elijah came unto all the people. That's all the people that refused to hear what God was saying and listen to a woman. Keep on. I'm going to hear unto the voice of the Lord. My wife tell folks all the time, like, baby, he'll leave me for Jesus. I ain't playing church. This is real. And I know where I'm going back where I was to heaven. I don't made my decision. I'm trying to help you to choose this day whom you gonna serve. He said, how long? Elijah was asking the prophet that had went over to Jezebel, Ahab's wife. Oh, that was a deceitful woman. And these dudes want to get around here and play with these women. Don't know they'll dot your liver and send you straight to hell. That's in Proverbs if you don't know it. Black with her eyelids there. Some of them got eyelids reach to hell. They did. God let us have, let them women have a little makeup, they done went crazy. daughters of Zion. He said, y'all can put on a little makeup because y'all done went over there to Egypt and seen how they over there, they dressing, so y'all want to be like them. But we don't got to be beyond ourselves. It ain't the exterior. I get on my knees all the time. Running around there, the cleavage showing and all that. Get out of here, devil. Baby, the beauty of a man can't see the beauty that's on the inside of you, then he don't deserve you. If he looking at your exterior, it ain't gonna last long.
Amen.
Because when the thrill gone, baby, he gonna be gone.
Amen.
That's why the divorce rate is so high in the United States today. Let's know in the church house, they got to show out called swapping wives. They swapping wives in the church house. They crazy. In God's house, swapping wives. Y'all out of there. They got to make a choice whom they going to serve. As for me and mine, I'm going to tell you, I know who we going to serve. Why do we have to make this conscious decision? Because just like in war before God destroyed the first earth, he said that his spirit is not going to strive with man always.
Amen.
Back in the old days, they used to live 900 and some years. God don't cut it down to 129, now went down to 75, I think. Getting shorter and shorter, lifespan getting shorter and shorter. You know why? Because people are not diligently hearkening unto the voice of the Lord. They're not making up in their mind that for God I live and for God I die. Why? That's in Genesis chapter 6, verse 3. Y'all write that down if you need to go back and understand God's spirit ain't gonna always strive with you. God ain't gonna always be there pleading with you for you to take life that you can live. There is a cutting off point. There's a time when grace is cut off and judgment is gonna stand up. And I'm telling you, we near now than we ever been before in our life.
Amen.
Matthew chapter 6, 24 says, no one can serve two masters.
Amen.
For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. They don't got it so messed up in the church, they passed the plate around 100 times. Because they got a love for money. That word mammon means money. People they'll go to work on Sunday instead of giving God. They don't forget about the commandment of the Sabbath. God ain't asking for themselves, he just asks you to give him one day out of a week. To honor him. To serve him. But we so caught up with trying to make our own that we in the valley of decision. We think it's our job. If God didn't make all your limbs in perfect working condition. Some folk get up and can't stand on their feet. Some folk get up and they ain't got a mind. But you still in your right state of mind. That's why it behooves you to say yes while you can. Because it's coming when ain't nobody going to be able to say yes.
Amen.
It's going to be judgment day. That's it. You out here, you standing before the judgment seat of Christ. Then you're going to have to give an account. I'm about to close. See, we got to make up in our mind. We got to make a decision. God said this day, if you hear his voice, harden not your heart.
Amen.
See, I took you back to the Old Testament because we have forgotten about the God that we serve. They got so many different doctrine of heresy out of here.
Amen.
They got a doctrine called conclusion. Just as long as you ain't got to do nothing. Because Jesus came and died for the sins of the whole world. Yeah, he did. He did do that. But you got to hearken unto him. You still got to do what he tell you to do. Oh, hey, you can just go and be married. We can keep doing what we're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing.
God forbid.
The Bible says when he comes, just keep doing what you're doing. That's in Revelation. If you sin, then keep on sinning. Is you lying? Keep on lying. Is you whoremongering? Keep on whoremongering. Is you being disobedient, children? Keep on being disobedient. See, people think they're going to go into heaven and hang on somebody else's coattail.
That's so.
I tell you news today. You got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Amen.
Closing, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21 through 22. People trying to drink, they trying to eat at the Lord's table and the tables of demons too. What do you mean? You trying to partake of the world and still serve the Lord? It ain't gonna work. You got to make up in your mind what's most important to you. You cannot drink because of the law and because of demons. You cannot partake of the Lord's table and the table of demons. Or do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than He? You think you mightier than God? Keep on doing what you're doing. Because I'll show you payday coming. And everybody gonna get a just pay. Don't think you living like a devil and you're going to hell. The Bible say the earth, people you say you're gonna bust hell wide open, you ain't gonna bust it open. Because the Bible say the earth don't open up her mouth to receive you in.
Amen.
It's gonna enlarge her mouth. Come on in, come on down here with us. You don't become weak like we is. Come on down here, let's drink. What the Bible say the fire is not quenching, the worm died not. Ain't gonna be no drinking down there. I used to be a blues listener, Johnny Taylor. See, God always warned people before they leave here. I'm still in the clothes. Johnny Taylor, Tupac, Biggie, the devil deceived all of them. Johnny Taylor said, on that hour where he got these last $2 going in the jukebox, people rather go take their last $2, go down there to the liquor store, or go down there and put it in the jukebox. Ain't thought about God. He said, bring it to my storehouse that it might be meat for those that have need. That's why God wants us to pay our tithes and offering. And Johnny Taylor sung a song, boy, that used to be my boy when I was out there living for the devil. He sung a song before he died. He wrote this song, A Soul Heaven. He said he seen Big and Tupac, and they was sitting by the banks of the river. Who that devil deceived them? Because ain't no song going to be going on in heaven. Holy, holy is the Lamb of God. It's the only thing that's going to be going on in heaven. See, that devil would deceive you to think that it's nothing after this.
Amen.
God said you got to choose this day whom you going to serve. Ain't no more playing. It's time out for playing. Deuteronomy 6:4 says, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and there is no other beside him. Exodus 6-5. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers among the children, to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing mercy unto thousands to those who love me and keep my commandment. So it's simple. They sang a song, if you want to be blessed, pay your tithes and offerings. He said if you want to be blessed, you're going to have to hearken unto his voice. And he said, he called heaven and earth to witness this day. He don't send life and death before us, blessing and cursing. If you want to be blessed, you're going to have to hearken unto my voice and obey my statutes and my commandments. If you want to live, you're going to have to hearken unto my voice and obey my statutes and my commandments. We hearken to everything else. We're in a time right now when the Bible says when they say he over here, don't go. People running everywhere, looking for a word from the Lord. I tell people, you want a word? Get in the word. Here goes the word of God right here. You ain't got to run over there to Bethel. Church of God in Christ, run to Jesus. I dare you to run to Jesus. I pray that y'all have received something out the word of God. Just let your answer be yes. Just let your answer be yes. And whatever God tell you to give up, baby, I tell you, it ain't nothing compared prayer to what he's going to give you.